Welcome back to the channel. Premier League review, week 14. Chelsea against Tottenham will be the first one we'll talk about. Chelsea, Tottenham 4-2. Crazy game, really. Crazy game. Uh, Arsenal dropping points, and then United suffer at home. Really, really a lot to unfold. But yeah, joining me, Gian. Welcome back to the channel, bro. It's been a while. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Great result for us the weekend.
Very good result for you, actually.
Yeah, very good result.
Trust me, it was probably one of the best games of football I probably say I've watched in a while in the Premier League. Like most,
Hmm.
really end to end. Like
Yeah.
as a neutral fan, I really enjoyed the way Chelsea came back and won that game.
hmm
I was surprised to see you 2-0 down. Very surprised because I thought you'd smoked it from the start.
I mean, did
But
you
it
see
is
the
what it is.
goals? I mean, they were literally both just individual mistakes. Like they were
Like
both Cucurella falling over. Like if
he had to
Cucurella didn't fall over, they didn't have a sniff at goal. It was just Cucurella falling over twice.
he had to change his shoe twice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my days, bro.
So
Cucurella,
that was funny,
he's a
but
funny bloke, isn't he? Very
yes.
funny. But yeah, let's get started on the game. So I'll let you talk first about Chelsea because obviously you know I assume you're very happy with the win. I assume you know
Yeah.
what 4-3, very cracking game, and Chelsea got the result they needed, and now they're behind Liverpool 4 points. What are you saying, bro? Chelsea.
Look, well, even when we went 2-0 down, I didn't feel that we were gonna lose. I just felt like I saw this opinion on Twitter a lot. People just saying like, yeah, we're 2-0 down, we're not gonna lose. I don't know why. I just felt confident we're gonna win. Even though, it looked like we were 2-0 down, people were like, yeah, we're gonna win this game. It's just how it is. And we were correct in
Tottenham.
the end. Yeah, it's Tottenham. And the commentator even said, I think I forgot what the exact stat was, but the commentator said the last time Spurs went 2 goals up this early in the game, they lost. The commentator even said that after they went 2-0 up. The last time Tottenham went 2-0 up this early in the game, they lost. And there you go. They lost because they just bottled it. And this is embarrassing. I mean, I feel bad for Postecoglou. I really do. I think he's a fantastic manager. And this is just sad for
Yeah,
him.
he's a
And
very nice guy as well.
there's really no excuse for this. I feel there's no excuse for um, them at this point in their project to struggle this much. There is really no excuse because they've done, they've had their moments. Sure, they had the defenders injured, whatever it is. Van de Ven was 100% fit, whatever it is. Romero went off injured, but they've had their time to build. They've had a year and a half now to build in the vision of what Postecoglou wants. Maresca has had a few months, and suddenly in that time, Maresca has built this team, and which has not only did he tactically completely outplay Postecoglou tactically, like fully, but he also completely showed that his team is behind him more so than Postecoglou's is. They're playing for him. They
Yeah,
believe in him, and they're mentally much stronger. And you can't use the excuse that we're young, that Tottenham are inexperienced, because we are more inexperienced. We're more young. We're more, um, you'd think we'd be the naive ones who let our heads drop when we went 2-0 down in a stadium like this. But no, we came back. Um, and compared Sar to Caicedo, and just compare their performances. Because Caicedo ran the game for Chelsea, and they're about the same age. I think Caicedo's a year older than Sar, but Caicedo looked like an experienced top player in there. And Sar
mm.
gave away that penalty, the second penalty, which killed the game off. With Palmer going away from goal, no threat, about to leave the box, and he gets kneed in the back to give away a penalty, which sealed the game at 4-2.
Yeah.
Crazy, ridiculous. So that's embarrassing from Tottenham's midfield, and it's embarrassing in general, mentally how they collapse like that.
They missed a lot of chances as well in the first half. I thought, you know what, Tottenham could have been 2-3 up in the first half because like they actually had chances, but then Chelsea got back into the game. Sancho's goal took his goal very well. I thought he's been excellent for Chelsea, and he's proven why he's been that player because he did it against Tottenham as well, and the second goal, Cole Palmer scoring the penalty. Yeah, very nice, very nice pen 2-2, and then Enzo Fernandez, bro, what a finish! Like I think on his weaker foot as well,
Yeah, weaker
and
foot, and he
first
struggles to
time,
shoot easily.
and then Tottenham just the game was killed off by Sarr, and then 4-2 to Chelsea, and then Spurs get like a late one. To be fair with you, um, when Madison came on, they posed a bit more threat than the second half. But guess what? Chelsea are just a better team. Really, they're just a better team. They've got better depth. They're in. They're in with a good ride under Maresca, and I can just see it. Like Ange's a nice coach. He's a very nice guy. Very good coach. Yeah, don't want to see him leave like this. But Tottenham fans are just they don't know what they want really. Like 1 minute, Daniel Levy is going to be like, "We'll bring in this guy," and then you're gonna give him the exact same, It's going to be the exact same cycle of Tottenham. You bring in a manager, they don't win anything, he leaves. You bring in another manager, he doesn't win anything, he leaves. What do Spurs fans really want? Do they want good football? Do they want trophies? I just don't know what's wrong with Tottenham really, because they've been struggling in recent times. They've been struggling, and look, they've had a decent start to the year, but then they fell off a cliff. They've fallen off massively now, and I think it's becoming. I think it's almost the beginning of the end for Ange. It's the beginning of the end for Ange. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get sacked soon, and I hope he gets a good job somewhere else because he's a very likable coach. He's a very like straightforward person. Like you'll enjoy listening to him talk about football. He's a very like, how do you say it? He's very assertive in his press conferences. He's always very he's very straightforward with what he says. But Tottenham just ain't gonna cut it. He's just not gonna cut it at Tottenham. Tottenham probably gonna go for someone like Iraola or someone like that now, and then we'll see. But his job's under threat, especially the way he lost the game after being 2-0 up. Tottenham balled it again. Surprise, surprise. But what was your biggest takeaway from the game? What was your who was your like man of the match? Because Chelsea, overall, the way they got back into the game, the way they came back, you can't really fault them. Can't really fault anyone really.
I mean, I found it really interesting after the game that all of the Chelsea players and coach came together and said, "We're not in the title race. Don't say we're in the title race. We're nowhere nearly as good as Arsenal or Man City." Yeah. And Colwell's comment, if we were in the title race, we wouldn't have gone 2 goals behind to begin with. I like the mentality, not only to come back and believe they're going to win, and I believe we were going to win the entire game,
Right.
but also then to be humble about it afterwards and be like, yeah, it was a good result, but we're nowhere near good enough to compete for the title yet, because that's a good approach. I think it's very similar to what Mourinho did in 2014 or 2013, was it, when he said, "We're the little horse. We're not ready to compete. We have 2 big horses and 1 little horse." The following year, he won. So I think that's a good approach from
mindset.
Good mindset, and I think Maresca knows that he needs to keep his team in this mentality, because if he starts to big them up and make them believe that they can win something, it's going to get to their heads, and it will be back to square one in terms of making this team mentally strong enough to play at this level.
Do you believe you're in a title race, though? Do you genuinely think right now you're in a title race? Because you're only 4 points off. Yes, Liverpool have a game in hand, but they didn't play against Everton, obviously because of the weather of the weekend. No. So I don't know why they canceled the game, but it is what it is. Though I hope they reschedule it soon. I would love to see Everton versus Liverpool game. It's like it's always fun, but yeah. Do you don't believe you're in a title race? Not I yet. At least not yet.
If we were to go top, it would get to our heads and we'd start losing games. That is
what would convince you that you're in a title race? What would convince you to go to City away, go play Liverpool?
Be the league leaders and then win a game as the league leaders. Like to be on top and then win the next game after you're on top. That would convince me. But I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. I don't think, but that's the thing. It's like, once you are the league leaders, can you hold your nerve? Can you deal with the pressure? And these
Right.
players, they haven't been in that position before. We don't know how they're going to handle it. So right now it's all fun and games, focusing on
Yeah.
the next result. We're the underdogs. But once you go top, can you still win the next game? That will decide if we're title race or not.
Because for me, yeah, if I was to be in a title race, yeah, I would rather chase down than be top. Because being top,
Yeah.
you'd have to you'd feel you'd feel like even more nervous to be top because teams are chasing you.
Yeah.
That's why I would rather chase. I'd rather chase other teams down.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, yeah, as a United fan over the years, I've seen United be top but also chase at the same time.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't. I'd rather go top, surpass somebody and go top, and then stay top with a few games to go,
Yeah.
rather than be top for a whole season because the amount of pressure to have to deal with that is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, any more thoughts on the game
No, pretty much just that. And
about Ange?
I wanted to say that after the halftime, like there was one team in it. We just destroyed Tottenham in the first 10 minutes after halftime. We were the only team in it. I think that speaks volumes about Maresca's tactics and his ability to motivate the players. That immediately after halftime, when he has the most influence, we produce a kind of performance is actually pretty exceptional, I would say.
And do you think Ange is gone? Do you think he's gonna last at Spurs, or
It's
you think
quite
that's it now?
it's quite possible that he's gone. Actually, I think it's quite possible that he's gone. Which
Fair
would be
enough,
sad,
fair
but
enough.
it's quite possible at this point. I think.
Moving on to Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal dropping points away at Fulham. Tough performance by Arsenal. I didn't really watch the full game because I was watching the F1 Grand Prix, like the final race of the year. But I saw a bit of what Arsenal did. They got a late goal but got disallowed. I'd say it was one of their it's one of their more average performances because since Odegaard's come back, they looked much better, right? And they've looked more they have a better cohesive unit on the ball. But the thing is, lack of consistency is what's going to cost Arsenal this title, and they could have easily cut the lead down to 4, especially with Liverpool not playing in the weekend.
Mm.
What do you think of? Obviously, I don't know if you watched the game, but talk about Arsenal's hopes this season because I genuinely think, if they're going to go like this, I reckon they'll bottle this league quite easily.
It Fulham away last year as well, where they dropped points and it looked like you were in big trouble?
They lost to Fulham away actually last year.
Yeah, so it was similar. It's the same picture where they supposed to win, they dropped the point, and then here we are. No, it's not good. Looking good for them. I thought that they were going to come back and I mean, I didn't think it was offside. That was a very rough call. I was watching.
You don't think it was offside? The last goal.
So yeah, it's so marginal. I felt bad for them. I thought that you give that. It's barely like the edge of someone's toe. It's really sad. And I this is why I think the Premier League needs to have that semi-automated technology that determines.
Yeah, they need to bring it in because it works most of the time, anyways.
I don't think they would have. I think semi-automated would have said that's onside. I still think it was the wrong decision. But this is what happens, right? Like this is the margins in football. The margins are like this. You have to live with it. And they should, they shouldn't be getting that kind of result if they want to win the league. Again, I think this season hasn't the vibes aren't there, if you will. I think they need to try again next year. Frankly, it's like that. Something's gone wrong in the camp. I don't think it's
definitely.
I don't think that it's Arteta's fault. I don't think Arteta's in trouble or anything. I just think this is not their year. It's just not their year. They need to mental reset. It's just not their year.
Yeah, and I think the way they've the way they've been moving under Edu as well, like
losing Edu as well makes it harder. Yeah,
the way they've been going under Edu as well because, like, the thing is, I just don't see Arsenal, like the signings that they've made, the decision making behind the scenes, I feel like it's kind of costed Arteta his season, especially now with Edu leaving.
Yeah.
Arsenal's lack of good spending in the transfer window.
Yeah.
Like they didn't go and sign a striker when they needed to sign a striker. They needed to sign a left back. They needed to sign a backup to Martin Odegaard. They needed a backup for Declan Rice. Arsenal did not go and sign and a backup to Saka as well. They did not go and sign when it was needed. They didn't go and spend the money when it was needed to, and then that's where it kind of costed them in the sense of now they have to go out of the season without challenging for the league. Well, they are challenging for the league, but they're pretty far off compared to what they were last season.
Yeah.
And the league is not over. Yes, but if they're gonna go on a run like this, then I'm sorry, I just don't see them winning this league this year, like with the way they've been going. But you could also make a case that if they were to do business in January and sign somebody, then maybe it might make a difference. However, it has to be done sooner rather than later. They have to get deals done and actually go on a run, because that's when Liverpool and City will start to hit their form. Yes, we can rule Man City out of the title race all we like right now, but when it comes to that February, we'll see where both clubs are. But continue what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, I just think that you look at Arsenal right now, the mood is wrong. We need a mental reset, like I said. I mean, Arteta's doing it's a big project that, you know, I'm not one of those people who thinks, okay, he's actually useless, he's Tony Pulis in disguise, whatever the heck. I don't do any of that. I think he's a good manager, but sometimes the mental state of the players is just such that this is not their season. I think last season took a toll on them, and they need to reset and rethink and probably sign a striker. But sort of like they need a new idea, basically, of how to play. That's going to work with the squad they have and be sustainable enough to compete with a team like City or Liverpool. Because right now they don't have that.
Yeah, the mentality is not there. That's the thing, and they're 5 years in with Arteta's process, so they should be in about the title race now, because the last 2 years they lost the title, they bottled it, so they need to they need to go strong. They need to be stronger like next season. Otherwise, I could see Arteta losing his job sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal might go down a ruthless route and be like, oh, now we lost the league, 3 years straight. Now we're gonna be like, oh, Arteta, I'm sorry, you need to go find a new manager that can take you over the line. That's where I think they might go down. So if they don't do well this year, if they don't at least get back into within 3-4 points of Liverpool, next year could be like next year could be peak for them. Because next year you might see. I'm just being optimistic. You maybe you could see United or Chelsea. I'm not saying United are gonna be there in the top 4 next year, but what I'm saying is, who knows? Another club could be there, like being around that top 4 and putting more pressure on Arsenal. So that's where I say next year has to be the year. Otherwise, it could be curtains for Arteta. But we'll move on to City. What do you think has happened at Man City?
Wow, yeah.
Man City, because they lost a couple. Like they lost 4 games in a row in the Premier League, 4 games in a row in the Prem, and they lost 2, and then they lost 5 in a row in all comps, or 6 in a row in all comps. I don't know, and then they had like 1 win in like the last 8. And then they just dropped points away at Crystal Palace. They were 3-0 up against Feyenoord, and they drew 3-3 at home. Something's really gone wrong at Man City. I do not know what's happening. Go on, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I cannot believe it. How much of it is just Rodri? I know that the Tifo Football podcast, I listened to those guys. They talked about, like, they walked through a bunch of scenarios of goals that City conceded, and sort of analyze like how much of this is down to just Rodri not being there. I think they found that a lot of these were down to just Rodri, which is shocking to think about. But I actually do think that is true. I do think Rodri is just that important to them, and then
Yeah.
missing him was actually that important. I think a lot of goals that they wouldn't concede if Rodri was on the pitch. That being said, 2-2 against Palace is pretty awful, going behind twice. But yeah, they're just not on it, and I don't know. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Really, I really can't believe what I'm seeing. I never imagined.
I just think it is like, okay, you could lose 3 in a row. Maybe that's understandable, yeah. But to go like 7 games or 8 or at least almost 8 games without a win.
They do have the one win, don't they? They have the one win when they
They beat Forest.
beat Forest. So that does break up the run a little bit, and gives
Yeah.
them, but yeah, one win in how long? That's crazy.
It's mad. And the amount of injuries Man City have, yeah. I don't see anyone talking about injuries. But you know what it is? At least City fans are not making excuses over injuries. They actually be like, "Oh, Pep, you need to do this and that," because Pep's actually making poor decisions in games, and I agree with them and I think they'll sort it out because it's Pep Guardiola. He's one of the greatest managers. He'll have to sort it out. He definitely will. And if he doesn't, then City could be in turmoil in the next few years. They could genuinely be in turmoil. I think
it's they've had rough patches before, and they've come back to win. They've been outside the top 4 before and still come back to win.
Yeah.
So don't discount them. I would say
at the same time, like one win in
I've seen this happen. How good they are, I refuse to write them off.
But the thing is, one win in 8 is crazy. Like it's never happened before to them. That's why I'm talking about a bit of turmoil. But at the same time, I still think City will be in around the top 3 by the end of the season. That no problem. But they just have to spend in January. They need to go and sign some backups in January and go and spend on squad depth. They can't rely on inexperienced academy players to get them over the line. It's not going to help, right?
Yeah,
they had to go to Anfield and drop Grealish, and they had to drop Kevin De Bruyne. That's not a good look. That's not a good look if you're Man City.
Who do you sign? Who can replace Rodri, man? It's not possible.
They need to at least go and sign someone like Zubimendi, if possible.
But then why would that player come and then be a backup to Rodri in such a short time?
Rodri's not going to play this year anymore.
But if you're Zubimendi, right, you get offer from City or from Liverpool. Right? Let's say it's because Liverpool also wants Zubimendi, right? Let's say you get offer from both of them. You get the offer from both of them. Why would you go to the team that's not going to win the league and then you'll be a backup after this year when you can go to the team that's going to win the league? You get a winner's medal and you're the main player in that team. Why would you make that choice?
The thing is, going from Sociedad to City or Liverpool is a step up, and he's not going to have many step up options in this.
He literally has Liverpool as an option. He literally has, and Liverpool is a better option. In every way.
Hear it.
I know he's one, be more likely to win the league this year, and 2, you're going to turn them down. You're going to be the main man next year. If you're Zubimendi, you go to Man City, you're not going to win the league this year. That's the first thing, most likely.
He shouldn't have turned them down. He shouldn't have turned Liverpool down. Because right now Liverpool will be happy with him. But Gravenberg had a very, very good year. I can't take it away from Gravenberg.
Gravenberg can also be an 8, right? You don't have to be a 6.
Yeah.
Gravenberg can be an 8.
He can be an 8.
He was an 8 before. He was an 8, but he's been a 6 this year. But he can be an 8 as well. So that it changes that you don't have to drop Gravenberg to fit.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You're right. And I just think City needs to try and go and sign some players now. At least maybe bring in some loan signings or something. Maybe bring in some loan players, because if you need some squad depth, this is the perfect time to bring some players in, because otherwise you could struggle with more. If Haaland's out for City, who's going to score their goals? That's the biggest question. If Haaland's injured or suspended, who's going to score City's goals? They sold Alvarez, right? And Foden's not on form right now. He's been totally off the pace this season, and De Bruyne is just battling injuries. He's battling fitness. City have a lot of issues, and I reckon if they can stay fit, then they'll 100% be a threat. But at the moment, it's just inconsistency is kicking in at Man City, and they've got United next. they've got United next, and I'm not saying United are going to go to City and put in a great performance, yeah. But also,
You must be confident. You must think you can win this.
I don't know. It's because the last 2 games we've had, I'm not really feeling as confident. If we had at least gotten a draw at Arsenal or maybe beaten Forest, and I'd be more confident. But I don't know right now. The thing is, yeah, City always tend to do well against us at Etihad, and Etihad has been a struggle for us in the last 3 games. Yes, this is the perfect time to catch them with the injuries, with the form they're in. This is our biggest chance to win at the Etihad for a long time. But knowing me, I have to be very, very cautious with the way I say things because, and we will talk about United in a bit. I had to be cautious because I was really confident about going to Anfield 2 seasons ago, and we got absolutely thumped 7-0. I have to be very, very cautious with the things I say because, like, it was our best chance to win at Anfield for a while because of the form we were in, but then we got destroyed. Yes, City are not in great form, but it's still Man City, and it's still the Manchester derby for a reason. And trust me, it's going to be a tough game, and I reckon both teams will be at it. United need to win this game, by the way. United have to win this game. Like, people say I'm crazy, yeah, but if United don't win, they could be as low as 15th or 14th.
Yeah, the Amorim era hasn't started as well as you'd like. I mean,
I don't think it started. I don't think Amorim era started, bro. I think it'll start next season because the thing is we have to go into the summer with a full transfer window with a full backing. And I've mentioned this before. We should have appointed this guy in the summer. We should have brought this guy in the summer. We should have sacked Erik ten Hag a long time ago. Given Amorim a preseason, a transfer window, bringing his own players.
If you had sacked Ten Hag in the summer, you would have brought in Tuchel, not Amorim.
Maybe, but either way, yeah. But either way, yeah. Whoever we bring in, yeah. Right now, we wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be in the situation. We'd have a full transfer window with a new manager, a full summer to implement the style of play, full preseason and everything, and then you go into the season with better results. But we're not doing that right now. We're just getting worse and worse and worse. Like performance-wise, these players for me, they're just not good enough. And I can't even blame the manager. I can't blame Amorim because he has to pick what he has. He literally has an option of players right in front of him. He can only pick with what he has. The only players I've been very impressed with so far in this system, in Amorim's system, are Ahmad and Mazraoui. These two players have really impressed me.
Who are both playing quote unquote out of position.
Literally out of position, and they work the hardest in this team. And trust me, they're already my 2 favorite players in this team because they work endlessly.
Yeah.
These two will put in a 11 out of 10 performance on every given night because they care about being at United. Most of the other players don't. Garnacho, as much as I used to rate him, I don't anymore. Rashford needs to go. Bruno Fernandes needs to go. There's so many players that need to be shipped off, and I don't think we can ship them off all at once because the wages that we give them is high, and they're going to have to take a pay cut to leave. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for us to sell players. And the only way United could ever do that is by partnering with the team in Saudi and sending our players over to them, like how you guys did, didn't you? And that's how you did. That's the only way we could do it. Otherwise, we can't sell these players. They're on high wages. Maguire's contract is expiring soon. Let that run out. Lindelof's expiring. Let that run out. Evans, let him go. All the players that are running out of contract, apart from Amad Diallo, sign him to a new deal and let the rest go. The rest need to go because we need a full summer clear out again. And I'm saying this again because we should have had it last season, right? But we're gonna have it again next season. Sign some loan players in January. Bring in some loan players. At least you know what we should go and do. Go and sign a left wing back in January. Sign a loan left wing back in January. Loan someone in, and then try. I'm gonna be really unrealistic here. Try and beat Real Madrid to Alphonso Davies in January with the pre-contract signing. Do it. We have to. We need a left wing back. That's a very important role. Our right wing back position, I think that's okay for now. Our attack needs to be sorted. We need a striker. We need someone who can score goals for us. Højlund, as much as he scored 2 goals against Bordeaux, yes, it's just Bordeaux Glimt, okay? But we need someone that can bag us 20, 30 goals a season in all competitions. Otherwise, I just don't see us, competing in a long time.
Like, that's the obvious choice of Gyökeres, isn't it?
Yeah, Gyökeres is probably the best option, or Mamouche from Eintracht Frankfurt, because these two players, yeah, they're good on the ball. They can hold up the ball really well. They can score lots of goals, and that's what I want. I want someone who's a complete goal
Gyökeres is
scorer.
the obvious choice. I mean,
It has to be.
it has to be, you know, and like, why wouldn't he? He knows he's working
Yeah.
with the manager that made him. Well, I mean, the Coventry manager made him excellent, but he's working with the same manager who helped him get to the level that he's at now. And
The only player, yeah, that's played for Amorim is Ugarte.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Sorry,
because Bruno
continue what
was
you're saying.
sold before he arrived, right? Bruno was sold.
No, Bruno was sold way before.
Before he
Bruno
arrived.
was sold way, and then Bruno Fernandes was just.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just not happy with the way Bruno Fernandes has been playing. He's just trying too much. He's trying these long passes, trying this, and he's throwing the ball. He's passing the ball back to Nottingham Forest. Do you see the pass on the weekend? Like, do you see the pass where he did back to Nottingham Forest, the second goal?
Mhm.
Onana as well. I don't know what he was doing. That's an absolute blunder he had right there, right?
Mm.
But Bruno Fernandes should not be losing the ball in that position anyways. Why are you making a flick back to Euro? Just pass it back. Like, he just keeps losing the ball, and that's what we need. We need to sign a midfielder that can keep the ball. United's ball retention has been really good.
I think your midfield is sorted, mate. It's gonna be Mainu with Ugarte. That's sorted. I don't think that's.
I think that, and but you know who also has been good this year? Casemiro, and we've not seen him much.
Yeah.
We've not seen much of Casemiro. He's done much better.
He's old and unfit, and after the Liverpool game, you wanted to kill him. You wanted to have him hanged.
I did, but at the same time, he kind of turned it around later on. So I kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt, because yes, at the time it was Eric Ten Hag. No one wants to play for Ten Hag anymore. I was like, I think Casemiro had enough of the guy. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool, whatever. And he's gone now. So, but Casemiro's improved. His performances have improved. He's just not getting it. He's not playing much. I just think if we try him in a few games, maybe we try him on Thursday in the Europa League, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. And my aim this season now is just try and compete, just try and win the Europa League. Just try and win it. That's the only thing we've got. We've got Tottenham away in the cup. I don't think we'll win. I don't think we'll beat Tottenham in the Carabao Cup away from home. Best thing we can do is try and force a penalty shootout and beat them on penalties. That's not. I don't think that's good enough. And we have Arsenal win the FA Cup as well. I don't think we'll win that. I don't think we'll beat Arsenal away. So the only hope really is Europa League. The only hope really is Europa League. And if we don't get Europe, I don't think we get Europe. We're playing like this. If we play like this, we don't get Europe next year. We won't get Conference League. We won't even get Conference League. That's how bad it is. We need to improve, man. We need to improve. It's scary because at the moment, right? I'm looking at United like. If these players, have something about them, they wouldn't be playing this against Nottingham Forest at home. They beat Leicester 3-0 again under Rude. They beat Everton 4-0, right? They can get a win against Bodo Glimt. They got a draw against Ipswich. All right, Ipswich played well. Arsenal, we lost to individual errors. This one we also lost to individual errors. Individual errors is what's costing us at the moment. And also we just need to like. He needs to pick the right lineup, and I'm gonna back him. He has time. I reckon he will. He just needs to see who's fit for this team and who's not. He needs to start playing the right players, and if you give him a full transfer window, I'll back him. I reckon he'll be fine. I reckon this manager will take us to hopefully better places. But you can have your say, bro.
No, I mean I think you're looking from what I saw. You need a lot of new players. Your squad just isn't one of the best. It's not up there. It's not in the squad quality, not in the top 4. It is not. But the issue is when your recruitment, I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know. I mean, Amorim has a good record of recruitment within Portugal, but are you going to be able to do that recruitment at a, global scale to get the best players in the position that you need? I don't know. But I agree with the left back situation. Davis would be a great signing for you guys. Gyökeres, I think, is the obvious choice, having worked with Amorim before. Perfect up front. The inside forwards, are you going to change both of them? What kind of profile are you looking for? Is Garnacho the player you want in there? Or do you want to replace it? Is Mount the player you want in there? Do you want to replace him?
No, I don't want Mason Mount.
Replace Bruno Fernandes, but is Amorim gonna find a way to use him? I mean, these are so many questions. So much change needs to happen in this squad. And
do you know who would be perfect for this team? Actually, Jadon Sancho.
Yeah,
because he plays in the inside 10,
Yeah.
right? And that's where he worked best in the 3-4-3. This is where this is his formation. I reckon he
4-3 with Davis overlapping him. Yeah, it would be. But do you think he's
That-
going to go back? I don't know.
I don't think Davies joins United. If I'm honest, I think he goes Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid are looking for a new left back, and so I think he's going to go there. But left wing back, he'd be perfect for us. And I reckon if we get him, it'd be really good. But I just don't think we will. And realistic option, I don't know.
The Sancho deal, I just looked it up. The Sancho deal is £20 million with £5 million performance-related add-on, which will be triggered. Obligation will be triggered if Chelsea finish within the top 14 of the Premier League.
Yeah, that's done.
I don't think we're gonna finish on the top 14, mate. You might, we won't. And
What do you mean?
we're not gonna finish below 14th, mate.
Oh
So
yeah. No, it's done. It's done already.
So it's done. We're gonna sign him for £20 million, which is
unfortunately
awful business. Because how much did you sign him for? £70 million.
75 million around.
And then you give him to us for 20.
That's poor. It's
That's
just, and United just sacked Dan Ashworth as well. So yeah, it's looking peak for
unbelievably bad business for Manchester United. I mean, even we got what 60 million out of Kai Havertz. We signed Kai Havertz 73 million as well.
and you got it for 60. So that's not too. You only made 13 million in loss.
And he won the Champions League for us.
And so I mean, to be fair with you, Kai Havertz has done quite well at Arsenal in the sense of he's kind of he's kind of scoring more. He's looking better now. But
we got the best out of that deal that we possibly could have. I don't know why you allowed this deal to be structured like this for Sancho. I think it's ridiculous.
It's not United. It was Ten Hag that wanted him gone, and he got sold,
yeah.
And it is what it is. Like, bro, trust me, it's gonna be a long ride for us. And I just can't wait for the window to open. I just can't wait for the season to end in transfer window. I just want to win the Europa League and end the season already. I hope we can win the Europa League because United should, and with this squad, United should at least be winning the Europa League. Like, come on, like we have to, we have to win the Europa League. Come on, but yeah, any other clubs really we can talk about? Newcastle, not really. Chelsea we spoke about, Arsenal we spoke about, City, Liverpool didn't play, so we're not going to talk about Liverpool. Liverpool will be okay. I think they'll remain top for a while until at least until the end of the year, and start of the year we'll see. Their first game in the Premier League is against United with January, but yeah, we'll see. People, we're gonna wrap it up here. There's a few of you watching, something you like. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and show us some love in the chat. What you got coming up, bro? Anything coming up?
No. I mean,
nothing much really.
Yeah. Just working day to day as we go. 2 more weeks, and I'm coming back for New Year's.
Yeah. I'll definitely see you. I'll definitely see you back in Bangkok. So yeah. Keep us in today.
Yeah.
Take care. Have a good evening. Peace.
Yeah.